Welcome back to the Game 30 of the Meyer-sponsored Hinckley Holiday Classic. Bartlett and Marian Central, second half action. Bartlett taking a 7-point lead into halftime as they come out. Marian Central going from our left to right. And from downtown, Mishki for three, count it.
That'll make the score 27-23 in favor of
Bartlett taking the ball over, going underneath into the post. That looked like it was Hassenberg trying to put something back, but nothing to it. There's a foul on the play. On number 33, Bartlett, Tyler Pauletti. Pischke to shoot two. And drops them both.
He was just shooting one. But Pinsky's been relatively reliable from the line, so it's pretty normal for him.
Pauletti again goes underneath, off the board and in for two. As Pischke takes the ball over the timeline, tries to set something up. Moziski back over to Kaufman, who from about 8 feet tries to put it up off the rim. Nothing to it, pulled down by Orlich. Orlich for two. Ryan taking the ball, dumps it off to Reyes. Reyes over to Jimenez. And from three-point land, Hasenberg drops a three. Pischke again taking it, trying to set something up, tries to dribble in, goes down low, brings it back out to Ulrich. Ulrich from the top of the circle. Little contact on that, so that didn't go anywhere near the basket. But there's a foul on Bartlett Hasenberg. It's his first, his team's second. Sam Ulrich, first shot. Bounces around the rim and falls short, no good.
Benjamin Reyes looks like he's coming in, and
Xavier
Awe coming in, and Jack Markinski going
What a great
out.
name, Awe. What's your name? Awe. Second shot is good. As Marian Central puts the press on, Bartlett to inbound it. Pauletti bringing it up. Tries to go around a pick. Back over to Hasenberg. Hasenberg to Reyes. Reyes back, dumps it over to Jimenez, who puts a shot up.
And they almost hit our cameraman.
But we got a little push on that play, and Marian Central will inbound the ball. Pischke takes it up. Bartlett meets him at the timeline. Pischke comes in, pulls up about 18 feet out, and drops another two.
Pinsky's been a reliable scorer for the Hinsdale Central so far, and is keeping the score pretty even, as the score is currently 30-32 Bartlett.
As Pischke brings the ball up again, met right there at the timeline by Bartlett as they start backpedaling. Reyes tries to put a little defense on him. Brings it back out to Kaufman. Kaufman clear cross court to Pischke. Back over to Awe. Awe to Kaufman. Kaufman back over to Pischke. And Pischke throws it out of bounds. Looking for Awe underneath in the corner. And I think that made it right into the garbage can.
Aw.
Marian to inbound it. Horny to inbound it into Pischke. Pischke takes it
drives
down
in.
the lane,
Oh.
puts it off the glass and in for another 2. That's 6 for him for this half. Hassenberg taking it up at the top to Alt. Back over to Jimenez. Jimenez to Pauletta underneath. A beautiful pass to Jimenez and count it. Robbie Jimenez for 2. Pischke looks like he's the quarterback of this Marian Central team. He dribbles down the lane and goes right in and drops another one. Bartlett bringing it up, stopping at the top of the arc. Clear cross over to Reyes. Reyes over to Hasenberg. Hasenberg for 3, count it!
Bartlett's been nailing the threes the last few
As
attempts.
a timeout is called here. Bartlett takes their full timeout at this point. Bartlett is only up by 3 now. They had a 7-point lead going into the play here. But so what do you think, Brendan? What do you think of the way that Marian Central's come back and started the second half?
Well, it definitely seems to be a lot in part of Captain Adam Pischke. He's been doing a lot of scoring and just been all over the court so far. And I expect that we can see if he keeps that up, then Marian's going to give him a nice run for him.
All right, let's take a look at that last point here. That Bartlett's last point, that 3-pointer from Jason Hasenberg.
Bartlett's been doing a really good job from the 3-point line today.
Yeah, they. The only problem with that is if you live by the 3, you got to die by the 3, and if you get cold, it gets to be hard to come back.
Right now, they seem to be doing pretty well with it, though. It's got them over 6-point lead over Central.
A lot of fans here for Marian Central. They're rooting on their Hurricanes as they bring the ball back in, and it's Pischke over the timeline. Again, tries to go down to the baseline, but pulls back. He's at the arc, dumps it off to Kaufman. Kaufman tosses it around, gets it back to Aw, and Aw puts up a shot, no good.
Aw.
Little fight underneath, and it's tipped away by a Hurricane, so Bartlett will inbound the ball. Awal takes it, jumps it in, and we get some contact as Paulette tries to get that ball. Foul on Aw, it's his first, it's the team's first. As Jimenez will bring it in. Paulette takes it, starts to dribble up court, getting pressured by Reyes. Underneath. And Paulette drops in a 2-pointer. Pischke dribbles in nice underneath, but gets swatted away. Jimenez takes it up.
Bartlett's had a nice, strong defense all of today.
Reyes has the ball, drops it off to Paulette. Paulette again over to Hasenberg. Hasenberg tries to go underneath with it as Paulette tries to put a nice little rebound shot up, but he gets hit on the way up, and he's going to be shooting 2. How do you think Bartlett's been doing from the line there, Brendan?
They've been doing okay so far, not as well as Central, but they haven't had nearly as many chances either.
First one is good. Marian Central bringing in some reserves as Moziski, I think that's how you pronounce it, comes in. And the second free throw is no good. He's 1 for 1 on the line. Awal takes it at the top of the key, puts one up, not gonna drop. Ball's loose underneath, follows no rebound up and puts in the 2. Brett Awalt. Pauletti brings it across the mid-stripe. He dribbles it in, dumps it off underneath, and a nice little reverse bucket there for Brett Awalt. Adam Pischke tries to throw it off to Jack Moziski, I guess, and gets knocked out of bounds. Bartlett will be inbounding the ball.
Looks like Benjamin Reyes is just going out there to sit on the bench and take a little break.
And Drew Martin coming in. Hassenberg taking it. Top over to Awalt. Awalt to Martin. Martin dumping it over to Ryan. Ryan underneath trying to get it. Little loose ball running around there. Still no one wants to take possession of it. Now Marian Central does. As Pischke takes it up court. Trying to dribble it on. Goes over to the far side. Moziski. Moziski drops his first of the second half. Is it Andrew Ryan takes the ball. Tosses it over to Drew Martin. Drew over to Jimenez, who drops a three, not gonna go. Pulled down by Awalt, he takes it and sets it back up to the top. As Pauletti tries to quarterback this team in, he takes it down the lane, does not get anywhere with it. Moziski back over to Pischke, who dribbles in the lane and puts a nice little layup in. Another one. 10 points in this quarter alone for him. 1:29 left in quarter number 3. Pauletti taking it. Drew Martin cutting in the middle. No pass lane open for him. Back over to Hassenberg. Hassenberg to Pauletti. Pauletti, again, looking around. He dumps it over to Awalt. Awalt down to Jimenez. Jimenez over to Drew. Drew dumping it to Hassenberg. Hassenberg's looking about taking that three and then pulled it back in. Drew Martin takes a little dribble. Back to Drew. He takes it in, dribbles up, then pulls it back out. Bartlett looks like they're just trying to kill a lot of this clock here, up by 4-5 right now. Dumps it down the post. And a nice little touch pass and a nice little put up by Hassenberg. You know, fun fact, I've coached Drew Martin in football back when he was playing for the Bartlett Raiders back in about 5-6 years ago. I don't know if you remember playing with him.
I don't think I ever played with him, but I was never on your team, Buzz.
That's true, that's true. Pischke again goes in and gets the foul. That's 12 for him in just this quarter alone. He is on fire for Marian Central.
And they definitely need him to be on fire because they're still trailing Bartlett by 7 points.
Make it 5. Make it 5 on that one. Substitutions coming in again. Ben Johnson's first appearance of the day for Bartlett.
First appearance of the half.
As Pischke is going for his freebie, misses that one.
And
as they try to throw in about a 75-footer at the buzzer for the end of third quarter.
About 15 feet short on that one.
With Bartlett leading 47-42 as we go with the fresh new 8. And I get an okay and a thumbs up from our professional broadcaster, Jeff Myers, who will be doing our 6 o'clock and our 7:30 games tonight. And, of course, all the championship games on Saturday. Looking forward to those games. Hope you guys tune in to hear him. He's a fantastic broadcaster.
He's going to make us look a lot worse.
That's fun. So let's show that last bucket. Nice little graphics they've got there. As Hasenberg dribbles in, takes it and just touches it up right over the top of Marian Central's Sam Orch.
From just looking at it right now, it looks like Bartlett definitely just has a sheer height advantage over Marian Central.
Well, you know, the tale of the tapes, as they say. You know, Hasenberg is coming in at 6'5" and 220. Marian Catholic's got their big man, which is 6'8", 2 1/4. I don't know if I'd want to be running up against him in the lane. So here we go, fresh 8 on the clock, a running clock here at the HInkle Holiday Classic, sponsored by Meyer. As Johnson will take the ball, give it to Hasenberg. Hasenberg back to Johnson. Johnson looking over to Martin. Martin tossing it into Hasenberg, who will take the ball. Hasenberg dumps it to Johnson as he sits on the ball and waits for it. Throwing it across to Alex Turner. Fresh legs for Bartlett now. Jimenez taking the ball, dribbles between his legs, throws it off to Hasenberg. Hasenberg back to Johnson. Johnson over to Turner. Turner to Martin. Martin dumps it in as Hasenberg cuts into the lane, goes for two, gets assaulted on the way up, and he'll go to the free stripe. He'll be shooting 2.
Marian's definitely backed off on the fouls a lot more than last half.
First one is no good.
In the last half, they had considerably more fouls than Bartlett, and as of now, they're about even.
Well, I think they need to let these boys play. Second one is good, as Bartlett takes a 6-point lead. As Pischke comes across the line, tries to dribble in low, pulls back, tries to throw it across court, but is there some slapping around, and it says it went off a Bartlett player. So Marian Central will inbound it on the far side. Horny passes it in to Pischke. Pischke gets it back to him. He dribbles in towards the lane, cannot control the loose ball, and Drew Martin brings it up court now. Drew dumping it off to Hasenberg. Hasenberg over to Johnson. Johnson taking it, walking it up court, bringing it back to Hasenberg. Hasenberg dumps it back to Johnson. Johnson holds it for a little bit, takes the dribble, then tosses it off to Jimenez. Jimenez takes it. Well, thought about shooting there for a second. Johnson taking the ball, kind of up at the top of the arc. Drew Martin takes a dribble, puts it on the floor, then puts it back up into Turner's hand. Hasenberg doesn't know what to do. He's going to shoot it, then he pulls it back, gives it to Ben Johnson. The Marian Central team is meeting him right on the top of the arc. As Turner cuts in underneath, the pass is beautifully thrown. However, they cannot put it through.
They've already burned about 2 minutes off the clock for the quarter.
A long three for Muski, and it's not going to drop as we go with 5:39 left in this game. 5:39 left. Bartlett is definitely controlling the clock on this one, slowing it down as Drew Martin takes it up, dumps it across to Jimenez. He dribbles, puts it down on the floor, dumps it out to three-point land. Not going to drop for Turner. Turner follows up his own rebound. Drew Martin cuts across, steals it. And a timeout is called by Bartlett. Hopefully we can see that replay of Drew coming in across and picking off that play. A nice little interception there. Way to play heads-up ball from the Bartlett defense.
Bartlett's been taking a lot more time moving the ball too, and I think they can afford to because Marian Central hasn't had the lead in the whole game.
Well, here's a little replay for us. The long shot did not drop. As Marian starts to come across, the ball's laying on the floor, and then Drew Martin heads up play, sees it coming across, picks it off, and then Bartlett calls timeout. And Schneider out for Marian Central. As we've got some kind of, there was a foul, I believe, and yep, there was a little contact there as Jimenez goes to the line again. And as we go to the line, 4 new players come in for Marian. Mozinski, Peschke, and Kaufman come back out, along with Mozinski and Ulrich, the big man, 6'8". First one, he drops it, made it, and that will give Bartlett a 5-point lead.
Still a 2-possession game.
Next one, not gonna drop. Peschke takes the ball up, met by 2 Bartlett defenders. Nice pick around, he dumps it off. A clear cross to Horny. Horny dumps it back to Kaufman. Kaufman to Peschke, who fights under the board, deflects off of a Bartlett player. And Marian Central will take the ball with 61 on the clock left. Stolen away by Reyes. Jimenez takes the ball. Full court press going on now, and a foul by Adam Peschke. And he fouls Pauletti, Tyler Pauletti, to the line. First one is good. He'll be shooting the second one now. He is 2 for 5 in the second half from the line, and a draw, misses the third one. So if I'm
nice little pile there.
If I'm Marian, I'm going to be wanting to foul him. And we got a jump ball. Possession is going to Marian Central, though. So Marian will take it with 48.6. Now, if I'm Marian Central, I think I'm going to try to get this in Peschke's hands from outside the arc and just let him drain one.
They've done just that.
As he picks up the ball, and a whistle. We have some, looks like we have some contact. Trainers coming towards. I think there might be some blood coming from the left eye of Thomas Kaufman. But checked out okay. Just a little bruise, I guess. So even though basketball is not that rough of a sport, as they say, yeah, there's still a lot of contact underneath. You'd be surprised how much bumps and bruises you get. As Peschke takes it, dribbles around to the left, passes it off. A 3 from Mozinski, and he drains it.
3-point game, Marian Central.
Mozinski with his first 3 of this quarter. And now they're just down by 3, 1 possession, 56-53. Hope you're enjoying game number 30 of the Hinkle Holiday Classic, sponsored by Myers. Bringing you all of these games this year for you, right here, live at Jacobs High School. Let's show Mozinski's 3-pointer here. Takes it, pulls it up, and just drains it.
That one got some rim, but it was still a big three that they needed to keep in this game.
Huge three they needed. So I guess that fouling early paid off for them. I guess they know what they're doing. That's why I guess they're down there and we're up in the booth here talking.
Probably would be why.
And again, Bartlett breaks their huddle first. Gets out there. Under Bartlett's net. Bartlett will be inbounding. Full court press going now. As Marian needs to either foul or get long, deep pass to Johnson, who dribbles around, and of course there's a foul right there on Matt Schneider. Pushing Johnson. And Marian calls another timeout with 37 exactly on the clock. So Brandon, what do you think with Johnson going to the line? He's going 1 for 1. He's gotten 2 points so far this half. They've kept him quiet.
Well, I think it's probably a good idea to foul someone like him. He hasn't been very good at the line so far, and honestly, they really can't afford to be taking much risk with getting points right now, seeing how if they get a single point, then it's no longer a one-possession game. And with 30 seconds left, you're pushing luck there.
I would probably file Tyler Pauletti. He's the one who is 2 for 6 from the line tonight. So statistically, he's the guy that I would go with.
We haven't seen much from Johnson either, though. So
here we go.
It's a decent risk
Speaking
to
of
take.
Pauletti, he's the one who's going to inbounds it. He inbounds it over to Johnson. Johnson back to Pauletti, and again, there's that foul. And of course, who'd I say? They foul Pauletti. He'll go to the line. But I think if you're Marian, you're going to foul whoever has that ball as soon as you can get a hold of them, because time is not on their side right now. 1.3 ticked off the clock in that play. Here we go. Pauletti, even though he is cold from the line, misses that one. That should have been a piece of cake, a can of corn, but no. Does not drop. He's looking at the rim like, okay, what do I have to do to drop these things? And here he goes again. His adjustments off the back of the rim, not going to drop. Ulrich pulls down the rebound, gives it to Pischke as he goes up the left side, stops, turns around. Ray is on him like glue. Dumps it off to Ulrich for three. Count it! Count it, and we are all tied up, boys, with 16 left as Bartlett takes it up court.
There's a massive three
Here
right there.
Here we go. Pauletti takes it across mid-stripe over to Hasenberg. Hasenberg off to Pauletti. Pauletti dribbles down the lane, goes up for the layup, and it's good!
3
and
seconds.
The foul. 3.1 on the clock. What a finish to this game.
Marian
Holy
Central
cow.
almost comes back to get it, but now it looks like
game's not over yet. The game is not over yet. Let's see that. Let's see that shot again. Hasenberg just dumps it off as he goes up and gets it off the glass and gets the foul. Whew, what a finish so far. Marian Catholic come back to tie it with Ulrich's, the big man, dropping a three-pointer to tie it at 56. And then Bartlett, calm, cool, and collective, crossing over the timeline, working it down in the middle, and then dropping a two-pointer there.
and it's been really nice work overall by the whole Bartlett team. The whole team's been doing work the whole game, as opposed to Marian Central, who's been relying heavily on Adam Pischke.
The big men underneath have not really showed up. I haven't seen Sam Ulrich underneath that board, pulling down some boards. You're 6'8", 2 1/4. You need to make a presence. However, he did make his presence with that 3-pointer that he drained with 6 seconds left. As we go to the line, Pauletti, who is 2 for 6. His first one, drops it finally. And that probably made him feel happy. As Marian brings it up court. Back to Pischke, who dropped it and scored! Holy cow, at the buzzer! At the buzzer!
Let's see if we can get a replay of that one.
Pischke brings it across the stripe and puts it up. And we are going into overtime, people. Allison, let's bring that one up for me. Pischke just pulled it up. As the time expired, it left his hand with, I think, 0.3 of a second. And now we're going into overtime. Just when you think it was over for Marian there, Brendan. See, that's what I told you when you said 3.1 left on the clock. I said there's nothing's over. Nothing's over. And of course, the man we've been talking about the whole night, Adam Pischke.
He's the thing keeping Marian Central in this one.
He is definitely the hot hand. Definitely the hot hand. So we put a 4-minute clock on there for overtime. As Marian breathes a sense of relief here. The way I look at it, it's a brand new ball game, 0-0, and we start it all up again. But this time it's only a 4-minute game.
Fouls stay on there, so Bartlett's still in the bonus and Marian Central isn't.
Here we go. Here we go. Hasenberg and Orluk in the jump ball, and it's taken by Marian. Pischke, Mr. Hop hand, takes the ball, takes a few steps backwards, tries to coordinate a play as he's dribbling it to the right about center court now. Dumps it down underneath. Underneath to Ulrich, off the glass and in for 2. Just as I say, the big man is not showing any type of presence. He has points this game.
At 6'8", he's towering above pretty much
Johnson
everyone in the paint.
Turnaround jumper, and it's good.
And Bartlett goes in there and ties it up again.
Here comes Pischke again. Pischke taking his time. Dumps it off to the right, or left, I'm sorry. Tries to throw it underneath to Horny. Horny back to Kaufman. Over to Mozinski. Mozinski over to Ulrich, the big man. He goes up with it off the glass and gets the foul. He'll be shooting 2. Let's see what his free throws look like. Hopefully, I have a replay on that foul there.
Looks like Pischke's big life and momentum back to the Marian Central team, as the whole team seems to be playing a lot better right now.
Good. And again, this 6'8", 225 kid is showing some clutch plays down at the end here. 2:58 left in overtime. Overtime number 1, I should say. Second one rims around but drops as Marian takes the lead by 2. Bartlett coming across. Pauletti dumps it off to Hasenberg. Hasenberg looking for someone underneath, can't see it. They dump it in underneath to a Walt, and he drops his 2-pointer as Pischke comes across the mid-stripe.
It's all tied up again.
Looking for a pick. He goes right down to the line, comes back up. Ulrich tries to go in for a bucket. As he starts dribbling, he gets a little contact. And Marian will take it out underneath Bartlett's basket. They give it into the big man. He turns around with a sky hook and drops it in.
They couldn't even defend that. He was just reaching over them.
Shades of 50 years ago with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Bartlett. Hasenberg for three, not gonna drop. Marian gets the rebound as we call for a jump ball. Bartlett has the possession, they'll be taken over. Lucky break there as Bartlett will inbound the ball, down by 2. Brings it back to Pauletti. Pauletti dribbling across the timeline, looking to an open man. Jimenez taking it, jumps it in right at the free throw line. But Hasenberg misses big as Peschke takes the ball, tries to get out of his own end and gets fouled from behind by Pauletti, I believe. Yes, it is. Kyle Pauletti's third foul as Miguel sits down.
Bartlett's defense is playing a lot more physical now that they're behind.
And Peschke takes the ball up again. Little handoff pass there to Kaufman. Kaufman back to him. Kaufman dribbles around the arc, dumps it over to Moziski. Moziski goes down the lane, puts it up off the glass, and drops it and gets the foul. He'll be going to the line for one more freebie.
And just like that, Marian Central, who has not had a lead at all during the regular game, is suddenly showing Bartlett some clutch play and giving them a run.
Jack Mozinski at the line. Puts the first one in, and it is good. A three-point play on that play. As Marian takes a 68-63 lead. Bartlett now trailing. Pauletti pulls up for three, not gonna go.
Like you said before,
Jack
Bartlett's
Moziski taking it up. I'm sorry.
Like you said before, Bartlett seems to be dying by those threes. They're not making them now.
Peschke takes it, crosses over the timeline as we get a timeout with 68 seconds left on that clock.
Like I was saying,
what a game! What a game!
Like I was saying though, Bartlett hasn't been making those threes the last quarter or so, and it seems to be coming back to get him as Marian Central's been catching up with a combination of twos and threes and just clutch play overall.
Marian has definitely showed a lot of heart in this. All right, let's see that last and one bucket. He went in, got the bucket. I don't know, I didn't see any kind of contact there. I saw a little body movement, but looked incidental, but they called it anyway.
He still got the layup in over about 4 Bartlett players, though.
And Jack drained the and one for a three-point play for him. Marian Central definitely sitting pretty with 68 ticks left on the clock. As per all game, Bartlett breaks their huddle first, gets out on the court. Central comes in. They will inbounds the ball. It will be Kaufman to toss it in.
Central's finally playing in the bonus now, too.
Kaufman looking for someone. He gets it to Bozinski. Mozinski dribbles up, stops, tries to hand it off, gets caught up, tosses it out to Kaufman. Kaufman looking for a shot, can't get it, throws it to Peschke. Peschke back to Kaufman. Kaufman looking around, goes to the big man. Clear cross pass for three is Jack. Mozinski tries to put it up, dribbles around and gets fouled.
Bartlett's defense just keeps getting more and more physical, and it looks like they seem to be playing a little desperate right now.
Well, this is the first time I've seen the Bartlett coach sit down now, and he looks a little frustrated. As you can tell by the look on his face, he comes and sits down at the end of the bench.
Away from all the players.
Little frustrated. 43.1 left as
Bartlett had the lead all
Mozinski
game.
is shooting his first one. Off the top of the rim. Nothing going. Looks like Jimenez twisted an ankle on that as he's hobbling up court. Pauletti goes to try to down the lane, does not get it. As the big man pulls down the rebound, and we get some contact. He'll go to the line with Marian in the bonus. Hassenberg is his 6th, and he is going to sit down now because he is fouled out with 6 fouls. He's been a big presence in this game for Bartlett.
At 6'5", he's a big member of the team, especially in the paint. And I think they're definitely going to miss him.
Oh yeah, he's been, and you know what? He's very quick with the ball. He can handle the ball. He's agile, and I think he did a great job for Bartlett.
And he's been good on the line too. So
As Xavier Awe comes into the game, Mozinski sits down.
another free throw for Sam
man,
Onlich.
So the big man puts up the first one, off the rim, off the glass, but no.
He seems to have been playing a hot
Reyes
hand recently.
takes the ball, pulls up for 3, on the back of the rim, nothing. Back to Jimenez for 3, not gonna drop. Loose ball picked up by the big man as he takes it and he gets fouled again with 11.1. 1-1-1 on the clock.
Bartlett's really reliant on the three-point right now, but I think they have to be when you're down by this many with
Absolutely.
10 seconds left.
Absolutely. They need at least, well, they need two threes that will put them in the lane. Again, it's a 2-possession game for Bartlett. As Ulrich, first one, not gonna drop.
As we learned in the first half,
front of the rim.
though, still can't sleep on anyone.
And then he gets the second freebie. Here it is. The big man hits nothing but net on that one. Bartlett takes the ball up court, coming across the line quick. Pauletti pulls up for a 3, not gonna drop. Pesky takes the ball, dribbles it around his back, goes to the timeline, dribbles up, and that's it, folks. The Marian Central Hurricanes defeat the Bartlett Hawks in overtime, 69-63. What a game.
They really stole that one away.
Woo, what a game, what a game. Exciting finish here at the Hinkle Holiday Classic, sponsored by Meyer. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. As for Brandon Culleton, I'm Tom Bozikius. We're gonna send it off for our last 2 games with Jeff Myers. He'll be calling it play-by-play. I hope you enjoyed it. Stick with us. We're here all night and again all Saturday. Don't forget, these games are all archived, so you can come back and watch them anytime you want. As for us here in the booth, I want to thank the Beacon Academy from South Elgin High School and their students who are shooting, editing, filming, working the truck, everything for this broadcast. I want to thank them. They're doing a fantastic job.
Maybe thank them for doing color.
I think maybe their 2 teachers should get a shout out to, Mr. Ben Erickson and Mr. Tom Bozikius, wherever they're at. They taught them well. So for us up here in the booth, we're gonna head off and let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great night and happy holidays.